From City FM City. My question particularly is directed towards Mr. Wusu.
Oh, me?
Yes. Now, in a 30 seconds video that went viral, where Honorable Agyapong purported to have said he is going to give the president and vice president showdown. The first question is that there are those who are saying that he was directly speaking to the vice president when he made his comment. You've indicated that you've reviewed his call-up and in answering to the question whether you were the one who gave him the information. Are you privy to if at the time he said he was going to do the showdown, he was speaking to the vice president or the president or a different person? And then the second question is, we've seen a communique from the party headquarters that is going to be subjected to a disciplinary process for that particular outburst and some actions undertaken by him. Has he been officially notified of this query to be made by the party, and what has been his reaction to it?
Okay, so we'll take the second question after which
I think I don't want to pile it up. Let us answer, if you would mind. With regard to whether or not the confrontation was directed towards the vice president, or are you concerned about the meaning as to confrontation? Because I think the showdown is basically a decisive point of either confrontation or a contest. In that regard, if it's addressed to the vice president, it's only then meant that come November, no matter what happens in this time, he's going to be a victor. And so that is a showdown, right? It's a decisive confrontation or a contest. So if that was directed in that regard, it only meant that come November, no matter how much frustration that is going on and all the things that is going on in that particular part, which is at the backyard, the region of the vice president, is going to be victorious in come November. I think that is how the showdown meant. It is not a threat. There's nothing for us to be worried about. It's just a simple language, probably expressed in a different form. Now let me take on the question as to the disciplinary question. We got the notice, but a disciplinary committee, they don't call you because they are going to sanction you or punish you. He is not the only person. There have been 3 people or 4, I believe, and it is a place that you take your protests, your complaints, and they can also look at it from a different angle. So you are invited to come to tell your story as to what actually happened. So I believe it is nothing for us to be worried about. It's just a normal process. When you use the word disciplinary committee, it gives you impression as if somebody, but people, it's a place that you go there and make a protest and also tell the story of things that you think it is not right with regard to this election. So we have been and will be there to have a chat with them. Thank you. As a showdown response, I grow any from Emreni Dura and Ubehum said Ubewine and I said Meso Mewine, and that is what the reference it meant. So, yeah, the Moya Biano, Maya Hena, about November, Ubehum said, many may flag bearer, and I said, Dr. Baumia will be the flag bearer, and that is what that means. And the showdown, I see Anna said, Yen chain, no form of for my Jumano. No one will say, they will take an armor. So, okay.
My name is Agyapong from Kesben TV. I've been manager, listening to the narration of Hajia and making comparison to the video that went viral, the video of your own candidate. I want the team to confirm as to whether or not Hajia was actually sacked from the voting center. Because the impression I get is that looking at the atmosphere and observing whatever that was happening at the moment, she decided to exit the hall and then place a call to you and then speak to you as well. But what we saw on the video, the Honorable Kennedy was making a strong allegation that his agent has been sacked from the voting center. Again, I get the impression from the local coordinator that he even stayed through to the end of the process, but at the end, he did not sign based on the order you gave him. Now, the clarification has to come clearly as to whether or not they prevented Hajia as well from observing the process, so that we get to really understand how the allegation can be situated.
Okay. Well, let me answer by saying that if nothing happened to Ganiyu, it is because of the help of IG. The IG quickly called the commander and told him that there has to be peace. Order must be maintained. Everything should be right. So at that time, he has to have the confidence to be there. And the message was very clear. And he was also put on the line. It's not that only me and IG. So his confidence level went up and he was able to stay true. Now, I don't know the connection between what Hajia told Honorable Ken and his reaction and what Hajia is saying now. So I will allow you, as he says, I wanted to ask her, but as to what the information that Honorable Ken received was the fact